Hello all of you. Now we see the next result, that is under the Mobius transformation. The T of z equals to az plus b upon cz plus d. It maps a upper half plane onto a upper half plane if and only if ABCD are real number and the factor AD minus BC is greater than 0. Then we have to show that transformation, if that upper half plane going towards that upper half plane into another UV plane, and this one is hold if AD minus BC it is non-zero as well as strictly greater than 0. To show that this proof, we consider a mapping T in R infinity to R infinity defined as T of x1 0, T of x2 1 and T of x3 it is infinity. Now we should check that under that transformation that H plus maps onto H plus or not. So we have to define that every elements, say T of x1 goes to the points in the upper half plane, this T of x2 goes to points in the upper half plane, T of x3 and so on. So under any mapping, T of zi goes to the points in upper half plane, that is T of zi strictly greater than 0. So consider this mapping T of z goes to z, and we have to prove that for each z, this z is positive. So its imaginary part is positive. Actually we have to prove that. So consider the definition T of z0 1 infinity is equals to z x1 x2 x3. Then by using definition we obtain 1 minus T of z is equals to T of z upon minus 1 is equals to z minus x2 into x1 minus x3 upon z minus x3 upon x1 minus x2. Then solving it, we obtain ABCD values and check that AD minus BC whenever it is non-zero or positive or not. So for that point 1 0 infinity, consider that values of ABCD. So ABCD, it is x3 minus x1 into x2 minus x3 into x1 minus x2. So our claim is to prove that every point in the upper half plane maps to the point in the upper half plane. So we have to show that imaginary part of T of I, it is strictly greater than 0. So T of I is equals to I minus x1 into x2 minus x3 upon I minus x3 into x2 minus x1. So imaginary part of T of I becomes x2 minus x3 into imaginary part of I minus x1 upon x2 minus x1 into imaginary part of I minus x3. So we rationalize that imaginary part by multiplying by I plus x3 and dividing by I plus x3. So solving this, we obtain the result x2 minus x3 upon x1 minus x3 upon x2 minus x1 upon 1 plus x3 square. So we obtain that imaginary part of Ti, it is greater than or equal to 0 if and only if this term is greater than or equal to 0. So this one is hold if and only if that term is greater than or equal to 0, but that term is nothing but AD minus BC. So imaginary part of Ti is greater than, strictly greater than 0 if and only if AD minus BC it is strictly greater than 0 in another plane. So Ti belongs to H plus if and only if T of H plus maps to H plus. So the result is proved. So under any Mobius transformation, a upper half plane maps to upper half plane if AD, BC are the real number and AD minus BC it is strictly greater than 0. If you have a multiple choice question and you have to given the values of, that is T of z is equals to 4z plus b upon 6z minus 7, like that, and check that under that transformation what is H plus maps on to whether H minus, H plus and so on. So for that question, now you have to check that what is A, B, C, D are real number. The next claim is to check that whenever AD minus BC it is strictly greater than 0, then it is non-zero and strictly greater than 0. Then we have to say directly that A, B, C, D are real number and AD minus BC is strictly greater than 0. Then under the any Mobius transformation, H plus maps to H plus. Now see the last part, that is symmetry. So what is definition of symmetry? Two points Z and Z star are said to be symmetric with respect to line L. That is, it has the same image. It is Z, then it is Z star. So 2 points Z and Z star are symmetric with respect to line L if L is perpendicular bisector of line segment Z to Z star. That is, if we have the 2 points, suppose this is a point Z, this point is Z, this point is Z star, then that L, असा L काढून चालेल का? इथे Z आहे, इथे Z स्टार आहे, यांचं रिफ्लेक्शन कुठे होणार आहे? नाही होणार. इकडे मिरर ठेवला तुम्हाला तर, त्यामुळे मिरर आपल्याला असं ठेवावं लागणार आहे. दॅट मिरर प्लेज अन रोल फॉर दॅट परपेंडिक्युलर बायसेक्टर. Okay, so this point Z and Z star, then this is a perpendicular line L. That line work as a bisector for the line segment from Z to Z star. Then how we define the symmetry? How we define the symmetry in the circular part or circular disc? This is radius, this point is Z. This bisector line plays and roles for the line segment. So what is the definition of symmetry? A gamma is a circle in C infinity. Then the 2 points, look at this diagram. This is a gamma, this circle is gamma. Gamma is a circle in C infinity. Then 2 points Z and Z star are symmetric with respect to that circle gamma if for some points Z1, Z2, Z3 belongs to gamma, we have that image, that 4 points Z1, Z, Z1, Z2, Z3 bar is equals to its image are nothing but Z star. Z star, Z1, Z2, Z3. Then say that Z and Z star are symmetric. Now consider an example. Let gamma is a real axis on C and gamma it is a C infinity. That takes 1, 0, infinity. Then for any Z belongs to C, we have that image Z 1, 0, infinity bar goes to Z star 1, 0, infinity. Then in that case we say that the points are symmetric. Now solving this condition, what we obtain? Now this one is nothing but, what is the formula? Z1, it is a complement, complex conjugate आपण calculate करतो तसं complement काढायचा आहे याचा. Okay, so what is the definition of Z1, 0, infinity? It is Z minus 0 into 1 minus infinity. 1 minus infinity चा part cancel झाला, divided by Z minus infinity get cancel upon 1 minus 0. So answer is Z. So what is its bar? If Z is equals to x plus iy, then Z bar it is x minus iy. So its bar is nothing but Z bar. So what is Z bar? Again from that condition, using that condition we obtain, this one is nothing but, हा पार्ट काय झाला? Z स्टार मायनस 0 इंटू 1 मायनस इन्फिनिटी. इन्फिनिटी टर्म काढून टाकतो आपण, डिवायडेड बाय 1 मायनस 0 इंटू Z स्टार मायनस इन्फिनिटी. इन्फिनिटी टर्म काढून टाकली. व्हॉट अबाउट द कॅल्क्युलेशन? दिस पार्ट इज Z स्टार. सो Z बार इज इक्वल्स टू Z स्टार. So under that mapping, gamma is a real axis of C and it is defined on C infinity. That takes 1, 0, infinity points in C. We have that symmetry is lies for Z star is equals to Z bar. So under that definition, we define the corresponding mapping. If gamma is defined as unit circle of radius r, for a distinct values of r we get distinct symmetry points. So Z belongs to C, then we draw a ray from A to Z and then draw a perpendicular to ray as Z. And if Z is outside the circle, then the same reverse procedure can be done. If gamma it is unit circle, that is radius is 1, then we define Z star for Z with respect to f as like that way. By using that same formula, we can define Z star is equals to 1 upon Z bar. And now like the last definition, that is orientation. If gamma is a circle in C infinity, then the orientation for gamma it is ordered triple of points Z1, Z2, Z3 such that each that points in gamma takes 3 points in the direction to the gamma. Now that is direction can be defined as Z1 goes to Z2, Z2 goes to Z3 and so on. So what is orientation principle? Let gamma 1 and gamma 2 be the two circles in C infinity and the transformation t from c infinity to c infinity be the Mobius transformation such that transformation maps to gamma 1 to gamma t of gamma 2, then t takes left hand side and the right hand side of gamma 1 onto left hand side and right hand side of gamma 2. This principle is known as orientation principle. So lastly we define symmetry and orientation. So the chapter number 2 is over. So in the next lecture we discuss with the another concept of linear algebra. Thank you.